And I get asked mostly in here, believe it or not, is how much is this?
How much is this?
That is the truth.
How much are these chamois?
Across Britain's shopping centres, war is being waged for the pound in your pocket.
Every high street in this country is a target to open a 99p store.
The staff are devoted.
I always say that we're the Harrods of the pound shop.
And the customers can't believe it.
99p? I just bought one of them. £4.99 I paid for it.
There are even bargain hunting brides.
That'll be ideal for tomorrow. Just put me loose change in.
Southern savers, the 99p stores, want to take over the north.
Our army's armed and ready, and now we're all sort of jostling for the top spot.
And Northern Thrift Merchants Poundworld are determined to expand south.
We all try our hardest to outdo each other.
These two family firms are even opening shops right next door to each other.
When we have a competitor opening up next to us, we do fight back.
It's a race where every penny counts.
It's the battle, and it's always going to be the survival of the fittest.
But which family chain will end up dominating our high streets?
I like to think about it as pound wars.
Britain is suffering a high street bloodbath. In the last 2 years, over 10,000 shops have closed. But there's one sector of retail which is rapidly expanding: the pound shop. Once the pariah of the high street, now the customers can't get enough of these discount stores.
There you go, it's just £1.
99p? Good value for money, my girl.
That's cheap enough.
2 bottles of washing up liquid, £1.
I'm quite happy to spend the day in the shop, to be honest.
You can get a bra for 99p.
So I'm having them.
Rice pudding, £1.
There's never anything you can't afford. If I want something, I can just get it.
Flashing beer mug, only 99p.
A vajazzle, £1.
Tins of beans, 3 for £1.
Everything but the kitchen sink.
We'll be here about 4 times a week.
But some people hate them.
You're not going to get a classy-looking pound shop.
People associate them with run-down parts of the country. It's like a stigma, isn't it?
And market traders feel threatened by them.
They sell all these big diaries at 99p and I can't even buy them at 99p. It's going to cause me big problems.
It's January, and American-owned Poundland is the biggest chain of single-price shops, with over 374 outlets. Next is the southern-based family firm 99p Stores, with 154 shops.
We're number 2, for now.
And in third place is the northern family-run business, Poundworld, with 132 stores.
You've always got one eye on your competitor. The competitor keeps you on your toes.
These two British family firms, Poundworld and 99p Stores, both have huge plans to multiply.
Every high street in this country is a target to open a 99p store.
Somewhere along the line, we're all going to meet on the same high street.
Let the pound shop wars begin. The headquarters of the 99p Stores is in Northampton.
Where's the heads?
Hussein Lalani is his family firm's commercial director and will do whatever it takes to get publicity.
Our 99p Mac has been selling really well with all the abysmal weather we've had. In fact, I've sold more umbrellas and Macs than I should have sold water pistols.
It's also his job to find the best bargains to entice shoppers through the doors.
When the guy sent me the product, I almost had to sort of keep quiet because I was like, I can't sell that for 99p, that's too big. But he goes, yeah, I can do you as a 99p line. It's not cheap, we're not making much on it, but it's one of those wow lines that we have to have in the store. We've always got to have a couple of these crazy offers. Because that's the nature of the game, and that's why people call us an Aladdin's cave. You never know where you're going to find when you get in.
Hussein is driving his firm's rapid expansion. In February, the battleground is Dudley High Street in the Midlands, where Hussein's new store is opening directly opposite a Poundland shop.
Everything's 99p, of course, so it's cheaper than Poundland.
Poundland over the road won't be very pleased about this store opening, I don't suppose, because there are people that will skim for just a penny.
We've done what is known in the trade as outpitch them. So we have a bigger store.
Didn't expect so much sort of variety and stuff.
In a better location.
I feel sorry for those across the road.
I hope to do better trade than them. Let's see.
The opposition is not ready to go down without a fight. They reduce everything to just 95p, undercutting Hussein by 4p per item.
So I guess maybe they're not Poundland anymore, but they're 95p land.
The third biggest single price retail chain is Poundworld. The family business is based in Yorkshire and its MD is 62-year-old Chris Edwards.
I sign the cheques, so I can query it before we've spent the money, so if I don't agree with it, instead of having to chase the money and get it back, I'd rather just stop it going out in the first place. And I feel that I sleep at night if that's the case.
Chris isn't scared of squaring up to the big boys either. He's opening a new shop in Middlesbrough. And the competition is staring regional manager Craig in the face.
Steve, we're going to have to be on top of us again today. We need to be on the ball, making sure that we beat them in every way.
121%, ready for battle. Let's go for it.
Morning, everybody.
The staff have only had a week to get 100,000 items on the shelves. Pound shops have cheap prices because much of their stock is imported from China, although they also sell clearance items and branded goods. Chris has a reputation for being a perfectionist about store presentation.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is what we wanted to see.
Everything is in place for the grand opening, but there are no customers.
Normally we build up a substantial queue outside, but today, with it being damp and it's just one step bit out the high street, we might have to build this one up a little bit, but it'd be interesting to see who turns up.
Time to bring out the cavalry.
All right. Emu's here.
You're all right. We're just looking at the... So come away, Roy. Sorry, oh, sorry, he's after your cherries.
Right, we're open now. Would you like to come in?
We've had a nice reaction. I've noticed over in Poundland, I don't like to mention the word Poundland, all the staff are peeking out the window, seeing what's happening over here.
This time Poundland doesn't retaliate to Chris's opening by lowering their prices, perhaps because they've heard how he's outmanoeuvred his rivals in the past.
One of our competitors decided to pick out his best 12 items and do it at 50p, half price. So they rang and told me this is what they're doing, so I just said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you go buy what they've got? So we bought all the stock.
Chris then sold the stock in his store for £1 per product, double what he paid for it.
They've never fell for that one again, but we enjoyed why we're doing it, so we all thought it was a bit of fun.
The fight for discount shoppers in Middlesbrough is tough. It's full of canny customers who know you need to shop around to bag the best bargains. Regional manager Craig is still hoping to win the pound shop wars here.
It is a growing market and it is an environment for people to come to now.
Hello.
Hi.
It's a lovely shop.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll call again. It's a lovely shop, well packed. It's lovely.
They've got a lot of things that the other pound shops haven't got.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, you
and
know.
the staff are very helpful. Lovely. We really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank
so
you very much.
We bought it back.
Right, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, not much money left.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
I'm glad I cleared your teeth.
Chris may be the boss of one of the biggest retail outlets in the country, but there's still one person he's answerable to. His 85-year-old mum, Alice.
Hi, love. Morning. Morning, Flower. Do you want anything?
Yeah, can I have a coffee, please?
Yeah. Morning.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so...
Oh, I brought you some grapes, by the way.
I'm sorry, Craig, my mum's just...
I brought you some grapes.
Alice pops in every day to keep an eye on her son at his Wakefield office.
I worry when I can see him being stressed. That's why I come down every day, because it's all right them saying to you, oh yes, I'm fine, Mum. But if you look in the face, you know whether they're fine or whether they're not, don't you? I'll just do what I usually do.
Okay.
Okay,
See you later.
Chris's father died of a massive heart attack 15 years ago, and now Alice worries about her son's health.
Oh, this low cholesterol. He can only have a certain amount. He has to have it very thin. We don't want him to die of no heart attack. I make sure he only has wholemeal bread.
Yes, she does look after me. She treats me like a child.
I mean, you can't help but be proud when you go outside and you see all the lorries. And I mean, that's one thing the father would have been proud at when he seen Poundland driving out, you know.
Poundworld.
As we'll say, Poundland. Don't you? Will you knock that off? That won't be on, will it? I thought Christopher will shoot me. Sometimes
It's like eating sawdust.
Hussein believes the key to running a successful pound shop is enticing first-time customers. He has a secret weapon he unleashes at every new store opening. His PR guru, Graham.
He comes out with some sort of pretty wacky ideas sometimes.
Graham's wackiest idea to date is the 99-second trolley dash, which happens at each new shop opening.
There's a wonderful lady in Southampton whose record has stood for 3 years. 265 items.
Trolley! Go, Trolley!
She'd been on Deal or No Deal and won 25,000. She hadn't told us that before she entered the competition, so we weren't prepared for her competitive spirit.
Sally Cooper's record-breaking dash wrecked the pristine store in under 2 minutes.
After that, we introduced a few rules, which were single items only, no scooping, and you start and finish at the till. It might take a long time before that record's smashed.
Hussein's latest shop opening is in Deptford, and 26-year-old Amy has been chosen to do the 99-second dash.
The best tip you can get, pick the most expensive. 3, 2, good luck.
We follow her trolley dasher around and put everything back on the shelves because we've got to open in like less than 10 minutes, so we've got to have the shop looking ship-shape.
Welcome! Well, wow, that is...
Amy may have smashed up the shop, but with only 101 items in her trolley, she didn't break the record.
3, 2, 1!
PR guru Graham's next marketing ploy is the great 99p giveaway.
You have won an iPad 2! Woo! Cover. There you are.
But Hussein's entertainer also attracts the attention of the council.
You're obstructing the highway.
We're obstructing?
On the pavement. Nothing stands on the pavement except if you've got a four-pot license.
It was just for the one morning, for our opening morning.
No.
No?
Acceptable, not
So we're not allowed to have fun and enjoy with our customers? Lewisham Council, party poopers.
You're still violating the law.
Yeah, so support new business. I know. I'm not saying it's your fault. Hey, I'm not saying it's your fault.
Us Lewisham poopers?
Yeah, they're party poopers. We're having a party. You've pooped it. I got 25 people working here, 25 new jobs. That's the job, isn't it?
People in, that means you're creating sales.
We're creating, yeah, and sales creates jobs. Anyway, I guess fun's over, guys. Sorry.
Hussein eventually agrees to remove his stage. For now, the party's over. But he's not the only one having a bad day.
Look, we've got the mixed match of the different posters.
Chris is making a surprise visit to his Manchester Arndale store, with his area manager, David Escott. Weekly takings are down, and Chris wants to know why.
A bit shaky. I didn't know he was coming today. It was such a surprise. So it was a quick, tidy run round, make sure everything was okay.
The manager of this shop, Debbie, has been in the position for just 4 weeks.
These are not for staying up, are they?
Can you put that dump bin as well back over that corner for me, please?
That's not acceptable in any shape or form. People putting things all over the place. They aren't good enough, so they're going to have to up the game, or else. Simple as that. It should be perfect, and anything less than perfect we think is just not acceptable.
And we've got a section where we've got bike, but above it we've got posters saying hair and fashion.
I'd missed that one. Thank you for that, David. I nearly was going to get some sleep. Now I'm going to have nightmares about this shop. It does make you very angry and it makes you very mad, but losing your temper doesn't always get where you want to be. In the old days, I'm used to using an F button and maybe, but not anymore. Try to discuss the way into it. So, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm annoyed. Can it be corrected? Yeah, within 4 or 5 days, we can put this together.
So such, Chris.
Listen, if we've traumatised you, I'm sorry, but what I just need it to do is get it where it needs to be.
Yeah,
I know you will, and I know you've only started this store, so none of the things we pulled out is your fault.
Yeah.
But I'd appreciate if you, I'll try and get the right people to advise you, and I'm sure by the next weekend it'll be back to normal, perfect.
It's the first time I've ever met him, and what he has actually told me today I will be taking on board.
I just can't stand things not being right, and I drive everybody's crackers when I know that I go off on one. But I can't help it because I just can't stand it. It just does me nuts in.
Back in Deptford, Hussein is facing more opposition. The market here has been established for centuries, and some market traders are worried the new store will reduce their business.
The people who come in shopping in Deptford, they come here to save money. So the cheaper they can get it, obviously, they're going to go to a cheaper shop. A lot of these market stalls been down there for a lot of years now.
Will you be shopping in there?
Oh yeah. I like to save a tenner as well, yeah.
Market trader Sandra has been selling cards in Deptford for 10 years. She's sending her friend Jennifer on a secret mission to find out if the new shop will really threaten her trade. But Sandra's spy quickly goes native.
I do love a pound shop. Love a pound shop. It's not all unknown makes, it's good makes, like the pledges. I just bought my daughter one of them, $4.99, pink. $4.99 I paid for it. 99p. Not on really, is it? When they can sell them for 99p.
Jennifer eventually remembers her corporate spying mission.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Sandra's cards are really wordy, lovely meaning words, where they're just sort of like basic. Hey, look, just happy birthday in it.
You know what, we probably would steal a bit of business from her, but that's only in the most basic cards. We certainly don't cater to every single special occasion there is out there. We are limited to our price points, and a smart retailer who's next to us would adapt and change and sort of change their offering, focus more on the specialist cards.
So what's the verdict of the spy who loves a bargain?
I didn't see diary sign in all fairness, but that's what I mean. It's not wording cards. They're quite big and very pretty, but they're not meaning cards.
Will it affect us?
Well, I think so.
So I'm not happy about it then. We are really struggling down here at the moment.
Mr 99p is back on his stage against the council's wishes, but under strict orders from the company's chief executive officer.
I had a call from the CEO who heard about the troubles we're having, and he was very strong and very adamant. He goes, keep that stage up. He goes, let them do what they want. He goes, I've opened the shop on their high street. I've created the jobs. So let's keep it.
Just explain who the CEO is, though.
CEO is, of course, my dad.
Dad knows best. Everybody in Deptford has got things outside, you know, and they won't let us do it.
Hussein's dad, Nadir, came over from Tanzania in the 1970s without a penny to his name and opened one of London's first ever late-night convenience shops in Muswell Hill.
He was a pioneer in that he was like, well, I can trade till 11 o'clock if I want. I can trade till midnight if I want. So that's what my dad did. I think retail's always been in our blood as a family. A lot of my earliest memories are sort of running around the store like stealing sweets.
Over the next 3 decades, Nadir built up and sold 2 convenience store chains. In 2001, with the help of his 2 sons, Faisal and Hussein, he opened his first 99p shop. The Lalani family believe the key to their success is the store's catchy name.
The name, it has a ring, 99p. All the other shops are the pound shop this, pound shop that, they lose their name, but nobody sort of misses 99p.
But the clever name has cost them millions.
A penny makes a lot of difference. To us, this year, a penny is going to cost us 4 million quid.
Because we're charging 1% less than everybody else.
Yes. So if we were a pound shop, we would have made £4 million more. But then maybe would we have reached the 400 million turnover?
Who knows?
Trading is also in Chris's blood. His parents opened their first market stall in the Yorkshire town of Wakefield in the mid-50s, selling discount goods to the public.
I started full-time when I left school at 14, and I worked on the market till I was in my early 30s.
Chris, his mum Alice, and his granddaughter Olivia are in Wakefield to revisit the very spot that the Edwards Empire began.
What did you sell at your market?
Same as we sell now.
Umbrellas, like we sell now.
Yeah. This is where the market stall used to be. Every market day seemed to be raining, or snowing, or blowing.
Was it ever sunny?
Once a blue moon. It got to a point sometimes it used to be that cold you can hardly pick him money to give change. It used to be that cold, you know what I mean? But you used to do it, you got used to it, you used to have skin like leather. Olivia, if I still had the market, would you come and see me and would you come and help me, even though the weather was bad?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
Even though it was raining and snowing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good girl, I'm sure you would. When people say to me on a regular basis, how do you keep doing this day in, day out? I said, after being on the market, it's a day off coming here. It's not a day's work to me just sat here. I mean, what I call a day's work is back out on the open market. That's where it really hurts.
By Easter, there's no let-up as the 2 family firms continue to open new shops. Now, they are moving right into each other's territory. It's become a fight between North and South.
We're northern-based and we're creeping our way down the country. One of our competitors is southern-based and creeping up the country.
Whether they, open a store next to me in a southern town or a northern town, either way, it means that, the guards are up and we've got to fight back.
Hussein is still ahead in the pound shop wars, but Chris is about to narrow the gap as his expansion has been boosted by the collapse of a massive high street chain.
We bought from the receiver 29 peacock shops, so we've been getting those open, and I think we've been averaging 4 a week for the last 5 weeks. So we're opening an incredible rate of knots at the moment.
In April, Chris opened 7 Poundworld shops in London in just 5 weeks, truly invading Hussein's territory.
The south of England is a good place and there's plenty of opportunities, so that did give us a certain buzz in here because we'd never been down there before.
But Hussein is determined to counter the attack on his patch by striking at Chris's heartland, Salford. PR guru Graham is raising the game by organising a relay trolley dash to raise money for charity.
So we have a challenge. We have a relay dash 4, but with a twist, because it's really 5. One of the relay runners is pregnant.
I'm 7.5 months pregnant and everything's going really well, fit and healthy, so she'll be running around the store, no problem.
So we're very excited.
But Graham's latest PR stunt could damage more than just the shelving display. The floor has just been mopped, so it's a health and safety risk, especially for heavily pregnant Sol.
We're doing a trolley dash in 25 minutes. It's absolutely vital that it's bone dry. It's 9:15. The dash is not for 25 minutes. It will be drier than the Sahara. I can't say drier than a British summer, not this summer. That will be drier than the Sahara. I think it's worth putting some towels down because we've only got 20 minutes to go, and it is.
Salford Shopping City. This is the grand opening of the brand new 99p store. 10 a.m. this morning.
Just checking on the floor to make sure it's bone dry.
Yeah, that's it. They're still mopping up, so make sure we don't want anyone skidding around with the trolley.
That's right. It's getting drier by the second. Are we going to start here? Yeah. Okay. Well, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Heavily pregnant Sol limbers up, while PR guru Graham worries about the floor.
They've got 99 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and their time starts now.
Crisis averted. There will be no 99p baby born today.
Congratulations! What a haul!
3, 2. This attack is going to hurt Chris twice as much, as the new store is only yards away from one of his first shops.
We finally invaded the north. We properly encroached on their territory. Our army's armed and ready. And now we're all sort of jostling for the top spot.
99p. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Salford has always been a very strong retail area.
Brian and Millicent are pensioners living on a budget.
Very, very cheap. Really cheap, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
It is.
I'll be coming here quite a lot.
Well, I came in to have a look round. Bought more spam than anything else, I think.
The value genie is out of the bottle and there's no putting it back in.
I'll get that for you. Thank you.
I better check I've got enough.
But it's not just pensioners who are finding the new shop handy. Nicola is getting married to a long-term partner tomorrow. She's with her Auntie Janice getting last-minute treats for the big day.
99p, can't argue with them, can you? No. And I spoke to the groom before, and they're having an hour in bed now,
Yeah,
and they're going
having
out
a cake.
after.
Now, why didn't I wait to get their trainers? I could have got my pair of them.
I told you to
for the
get them a
wedding
little
tomorrow,
pair
for the
for
wedding.
Every aisle's a surprise, isn't it?
It is.
That's pretty, that, yeah.
Because that'll be ideal for tomorrow. Just put me loose change in.
Well, you've got a bag and a purse for £2,
Yeah.
or less. That's
It cost me a
amazing.
fortune in here, you know.
Proof that the big day doesn't have to mean big bills. In Wakefield, Chris needs to run a tight ship if he wants to overtake Hussein in the pound shop wars. Margins are slim and every penny counts, but in his warehouse, profits are being eaten away.
That one has been drunk. When you've got food and drink, I think it's something that does happen. Prefer it not to be happening. If we lose one item, then we probably lose the profit on a pack of 12.
William Cochrane, aka Buzz, is the warehouse's assistant manager. He's the first to know if Chris has a problem.
He does like to sneak around and try and catch things so he can shout at me and make me cry.
Mr. Buzz, up and down the aisles there's a lot of debris up split cartons. It's annoying. I just wish we could have somewhere where if they're that hungry they can go get a bar of chocolate from somewhere and give them it. It's when they're splitting.
Not giving them it. Get cameras up, catch them and kill them.
Right then. Just needs somebody to have a close look.
Buzz goes on the prowl to see if he can apprehend anyone red-handed.
He'll get more annoyed than me because, well, it's his, isn't it? It's like if someone was in my house helping himself to my things, I wouldn't be very impressed. I can understand why he gets wound up. I sacked a guy not long ago because I caught him eating a bag of crisps. And that packet of crisps comes out of a multi-pack of 6. So what's that, 15 pence? Well, what's each chap for 15 pence? He might clip you, but he won't kill you.
By May, Poundworld is closing the gap with 161 stores. Hussein is continuing to surge north, opening his 163rd store in Chester, one of the wealthiest cities in the northwest. But he's worried residents here may consider themselves too posh to pound shop.
Often we do get opposition at new store openings, like we had Haywards Heath earlier this year. Some people, were worried that house prices would go down in that area because of my store, which I couldn't believe that, you'd even think that.
It was in the Daily Mail that they're going to chain themselves to the railings. The amazing thing was at the store there is railings beside the store. So they must have been semi-serious.
They must have planned it or looked and said, OK, there's some railings, let's chain ourselves.
But up to date, there are no police or security reports of anyone chaining themselves to railings opposite our store.
PR guru Graham is trying to come up with ideas to tempt the more affluent shopper.
Now we've got the posh products.
Yeah, so in terms of upmarket, middle class, we've got the tea, we've got the posh fizzy pop. Okay, this is a good one for Christmas, an order we put in for luxury mincemeat with dark chocolate. You always get a few snooty people, let's call them, who just think that, their town is too good for one of our stores. But the fact is every town in the country is having a discount store.
Hussein is hoping his middle-class range of goods will sell well in his new Chester shop.
I wouldn't have thought they'd do well in an area like Chester.
If they're in a really high-class spot, they are going to lower the tone. I wouldn't be very pleased if I had a really high-class shop and I had one next door to me.
It is one necessary evil you have on the high streets now, just the same as you have charity shops.
Maybe up the side streets out the way.
Can you attract posh people into pound shops? While he waits to find out, Hussein grabs a few essentials.
Tea. She's soothing and calming chamomile tea for my fiancée. Now wedding preparations is going to go down really well.
Hussein's wedding plans have given his fiancée plenty to worry about.
When we were talking about printing the invites, I said, look, we use a printing company. It was all this stuff in the stories was obviously printed by one company. And I said, look, we give them a lot of business. I'm sure he'll be able to do us some good deals. She goes, absolutely not. She goes, I'm not having blue and yellow invites on your tacky 99p paper. I was like, why not? I said, well, at least the gifts, you have to give the little gifts at the end of the wedding. I said, we can source those through our connections. No.
It must be love if you're willing to spend.
Yeah.
So what do Chester's middle classes make of their newest shop?
It's about time there were some cheap places where you can go because everywhere else is so expensive.
People associate them with run-down parts of the country, as in people who've got no money or whatever. They tend to use them, so it's like a stigma, isn't it?
Some people are sort of more reluctant for change. And maybe they've got used to their high street being in a particular way. What I'd say to them is, would you rather have empty shops or would you rather have trading shops?
Some really good bargains. I used to think that pound stores were perhaps full of rubbish, but to my surprise, they're not. It's all about saving money, and if I've got more money, then I can sort of put it towards a holiday for my children, pay for their private education.
So the way to send your kids to private schools is to go to pound stores?
Yeah, it does save a lot of money. Definitely.
I guess to have a 99p store in Knightsbridge would be quite good. Keep going, the sky's the limit.
As the pound shop wars rumble on, drawing new customers becomes even more crucial.
We do try and keep abreast with the fashion even in the pound business.
And Hussein counters with something for the weekend.
They say, well, how can you sell 18 condoms for 99p? Surely there's got to be something wrong with them, or it's just not possible. I wouldn't allow a product to go on my shelf if I knew it wasn't good enough for my customers. Everything are fully tested, they comply with all the regulations. So the last thing I want is a couple of 100,000 paternity suits because my condoms didn't do the job they were meant to.
But if anything does go wrong with Hussein's condoms, there's a useful item on sale in Chris's store.
Yeah, we've had a few people, because they're only £1, question the fact, will they tell me exactly what a £10 would, from another retailer. But the answer to that is yes.
fight for high street domination, China is the pound shop's greatest ally, supplying them with the low-priced stock they need to make a profit. Chris is at the China Import and Export Fair in Guangzhou to hunt out the best bargains available for his growing chain of shops.
I don't think our business would be anywhere near successful if it wasn't for China. Where I first started, I used to go to Manchester to buy stock from different wholesalers, and it does feel like you've worked hard and you've come a long way.
He's with Carl Loon, who runs his Hong Kong office. Nearly £50 billion worth of business is generated here each year from over 400,000 overseas buyers. You can buy anything from grandfather clocks...
Can you get me this for £1 retail?
...to pig-faced travel pillows. Chris is just as bargain hungry as any of his customers back home, with just one question on his lips.
How much is this one? How much is this? How much is this? How much is this? After coming here 15 years, I haven't learnt any Chinese whatsoever.
So you don't know hello, goodbye, nice to see you?
I don't even know in Chinese to say, how much is this? How much is this one?
Very busy, huh?
Yeah, very busy.
Chris has to shop around to try to buy each item for less than 30p, so he can sell them for £1 and still make a profit.
Hi. Can I have you? Yeah, good. Yeah. How much? Everything we buy is in US dollars, so we have a target price of 40 cents. Because if the dollar's against you, if the freight rate's against you, you can never put your price up because you are £1. That's what it is. We do pay as much as 80 pence sometimes to give maximum value. How much is this one?
45 cents. Yeah.
Okay.
The more stores Chris opens, the bigger orders he can place and the better price per item he can negotiate.
Then tell me which kind of quantity you roughly ideally have.
5-6 container.
Big quantity, yeah.
Is that
huge?
good enough?
Yeah.
Good enough to get a better price?
Yeah, we can make something like a 5 to 10% discounted for this kind of huge quantity, yeah.
Okay.
Chris's merchandise is put in pallets and taken to the vast container terminal in Shenzhen. 15 years ago, his company imported 10 containers a year, and now it's 2,000.
They're coming in here as many as 10 a day sometimes, as well as the UK deliveries, you know, it's amazing.
Chris repackages the cheap goods he buys in China to create lots of different own-brand ranges.
These are reading glasses, and you can see now they've been delivered with the right satisfactory artwork on it.
Do they work?
Yeah, of course they work. In fact, I wear some of them myself when the writing's too small on the documents I'm supposed to be reading.
Chris, you must be a millionaire. Surely you can afford some proper glasses.
I have got a proper pair, but they draw my eyes a little bit, so I use ours. You know, don't send £1 when 50 pence will do.
Pound shop empires like Chris's have to fight a deadly assassin: inflation.
This just typifies as inflation takes hold how you've got to do it. I mean, going back 10 years ago, I think this was probably a 40 or a 50 pack, and we were still selling it for £1. And it's been reduced over the years to keep pace with inflation.
So you're reducing the size of your items?
We've got to reduce it to maintain the price point.
Like other pound shop chains, Chris doesn't put his company's name on his own brands, perhaps because he doesn't think it's alluring enough.
I've never heard of VVAC.
All the stock in here is our in-house brands. We get a range of stock and we uniform all together, and then we utilise all the artwork and then bring it into a range, ladies, gents, etc., to give the customer confidence to buy the item in the first place.
But Chris, I look at that and I think that's the same colour as a very well-known brand, isn't it?
It's never intended to trick. I think what we're trying to deliver is a better value item and make it attractive to buy. People are not stupid, and if you try to deceive them, they'd soon catch you out, and you wouldn't get their confidence.
Chris, when I go in your shop, I think it's too good to be true, like a magic trick.
You think we're creating an illusion?
Yes.
That's not the case at all, because we'd have to be very clever to be able to create an illusion to get people to part with their hard-earned money if they didn't think it was value for money, and they wouldn't keep coming as repeat customers again if they didn't think there was satisfaction with the item.
Do you use these razors?
I do actually use, yeah. I use that one.
Do you really?
I do use that disposable razor, yes.
I'm just checking you for any cuts.
Yeah, no cuts at all.
Hussein is on his way to pay a surprise visit to one of his stores.
You want to catch the store unaware. There's no point sort of popping in, letting them know you're coming, because then obviously they'll work extra hard because they know the boss is coming.
It's a bit sneaky.
It's not sneaky, it's business. Business has to be unemotional. If you get emotional about business, then it's difficult to make logical decisions. Most business decisions are logical, so if you start getting emotional about it, then it clouds your judgment.
But are pound shops trying to cloud the judgment of their customers? They sell big brands, but they're often smaller sizes.
After Eights come in 3 different pack sizes. There's the small pack size that we sell for 99p. They also have a lot bigger one, which is like their family pack. And they also have an even bigger one, which is their jumbo pack. Being a 99p store, we can only sell the smaller pack.
This Weetabix here and the Crunchy Nut is smaller than normal.
Well, I guess it depends. What do you call normal? What is a normal size cereal box? A lot of my customers are, working on a tight budget, on a weekly budget. Obviously, if you go into a supermarket and buy a 10-kilo box of washing powder, you're going to get a better deal per wash. But, most of my customers come in on foot. So they simply can't carry 10 kilos of washing powder home. It's easier for them to buy a smaller box, which will last them for a week or 2.
Hussein asks to meet the store manager.
One thing, why haven't you got a name badge?
Oh, he fell out. I'll find it around the shop floor somewhere.
It fell out? Okay, fine. You're off the hook.
He wants to find out how his 99p book sales are doing.
Flying out, absolutely flying out. I don't think the celebrities will be too happy with it seen it here within less than 12 months. Well, customers enjoy it.
Yeah.
And they're still high-profile celebrities, really.
Yeah.
You got Leona Lewis, Danny Minogue.
I know, we even got Strictly Come Dancing.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's last year's one, but...
No, exactly.
Up in Wakefield, Chris's mum Alice and his granddaughter Olivia are also keeping the troops in check.
I do go in the shops, I go and just look round, and if I see anything that I don't think's right, I come back and tell Christopher.
Yes, thank you.
She comes in quite regularly, probably every week.
Hello, love.
Hi, Alice. And she always takes the time to go and talk to the staff.
Have you been busy?
Very busy today, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Lovely. And she's normally in for a good half an hour at least.
How could we have to pay if it is for the shop?
You can't just come and take things out the shop. We'd have no profit, would we? We always pay, don't we, Donna?
We do, yeah, we do.
Your Uncle Christopher would kill me.
Yeah.
Thanks, love.
Thank you.
Right, you carry that one. Come on.
Bye, love. I'll see you again.
later. Bye.
By July, Chris has opened 166 stores. But Hussein is determined to remain the second biggest pound store chain, no matter what personal sacrifices he has to make.
It's a hard life, but when you run your own business, you have to work hard. You're always the first in and the last out.
Hussein works such long hours he can't commute between Northampton and his home in London, so he regularly stays overnight in a hotel.
This is my home on weeknights. It's actually not that bad. It does get a bit lonely. You get used to it. Yeah, can I order some room service, please? I'd like to have... What is the soup of the day? I always have soup of the day and a pint of soda water, and normally chicken for main course and a large glass of wine. Great, so I'll have your stuffed chicken then, please. And can I also get a large glass of Shiraz and a pint of soda water, no ice? Hello, come in. Yeah, sure. If you just leave it by the TV, please. Yay, dinner. Red light. Yeah, it means another email's come through. I guess if you ask any entrepreneur, any person who runs their own business, you never really switch off. Even if the BlackBerry's switched off, your head's not switched off. I think my family, together, we've all made a lot of sacrifices, but we enjoy what we do. And I think it's in our blood. My families have been traders for the last 150 years, from India to Africa to the UK. It's what we do.
Unlike Hussein, Chris can find moments where he can stop thinking about his pound shop empire. It's when he's doing his other job as a nightclub boss.
Because we were amazed when he went and said he'd bought the club. We'd never done anything like it before in our lives. I think he just saw an opening and he just thought he'd tried something else.
But it's no ordinary nightclub.
Las Vegas in Manchester.
The club's a favourite with hen parties due to its flamboyant floor show featuring drag artists and showgirls.
The person who owns this owns Poundworld. No! Really?
We got these at Poundworld today.
We love Poundworld. So it's only a pound to get in there.
Go, you bug this.
Mind your head. The last thing on my mind is Poundworld when I go into one of the clubs. And when I go in there, I just concentrate on that particular business on that particular day.
But just like when he's visiting his pound shops, Chris's attention to detail keeps his staff on their toes.
We give our all the time anyway, but when Chris is in, we do like to normally give a little bit extra, just to make sure that he's proud of us all. Yeah,
definitely. I don't think I'll retire from either the nightclubs or the shops.
As part of his assault on the north, Hussein has opened a shop in Burnley. Chris is planning a counterattack. In August, an empty Peacocks has come up for grabs right next door to the 99p stores, and Chris snaps it up.
Okay, guys, all to the back of the store, please. We're going to start on the next pallets.
The battle for Burnley begins, led by store manager Jeff Heathcote.
I'm looking at it as a war. I'm the commander of the army, and it's up to me to direct my troops. And I'm a type of person, and the deputy managers as well, who are the type that lead from the front. We don't lead from the office, we lead on the shop floor.
Ian Gilbert was handpicked by Jeff to be his second in command.
Oh, I've been doing this baby for 30 years. Up until 2 weeks ago, I'd done 5 years in my previous company, got bought out, and it just wasn't the right environment for me. And Jeff said, do you want to come on board? And I said, I jump with both hands, yeah. I love it. So at the SAS here, we believe in standards, availability and service.
At his Northampton HQ, Hussein has been told Burnley is under attack.
It does feel a little bit too close for comfort. But as the saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
The shelves are filled now. The new staff, all from Burnley, need to be trained. Denise has been a customer services trainer for 6 months.
I always say to my staff at home that we're the Harrods of the pound shop.
She gets the new staff up to speed with some role play.
What we're going to do now is a bit of till training on the standards that Poundworld expects when you serve a customer. Give plenty of eye contact to the customer and just say, how are you today, madam?
I'm fine, thanks.
The most important person in the store is the customer. They must be treated like royalty. Can I interest you in our till lines today?
No, thank you.
There's 5 packets for £1.
No, thank you. I don't like mince.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Denise wants to pass on her passion for all things a pound.
A while ago, we had Heinz baked beans in packs of 3 for £1. Even the customers could not believe that they were £1. The amount of staff that get stopped say, how much is this? You will hear that day in, day out, because people genuinely do not believe that the stuff we sell and the lines we sell is £1.
Ian and Jeff are convinced they have what it takes to crush the competition next door.
This cake is so big, and it can only be cut into so many slices.
Yes.
We need the biggest slice.
Yes.
And it's up to me and you and the rest of the team to make sure we do get that slice.
Definitely.
I'd like the full cake.
Yes.
Being greedy, and I'm sure you would as well.
Like. I would for my
own. But you know, I mean, let's not be too greedy. Eh? Let's have a bigger piece each time and each week. I've no doubt whatsoever that we will achieve that big slice.
Yes, I totally agree. Not only that, we'll also have the icing on top of the cake and the little cherry as well.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, you said well. Thank you.
The store is ready to open.
Let's please the people of Burnley then.
That's right.
Okay, good.
Morning.
How you doing? All right, my friend? Good, 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 good.
Ian is doing what he loves most, serving the customers.
You okay there, sweets? Good, good, good. In a nutshell, I'm a grafter with laughter. I'm just happy-go-lucky, and I love the environment, and it's hands-on. How are we doing? All right? Good, good, good. You all right there, ladies, gents? You okay? I act fast, I think fast, I talk fast, and I work fast, and that's what it's all about. And if people want me here, there, and everywhere, then I'm quite willing to be in that position. You're clean and tidy down there, Jen, yeah?
Does Ian ever stop?
No. Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
Hello, you all right?
Yeah, spot on, thank you. Enjoy your shopping experience.
Okay,
all right. See you later, gorgeous. Bye-bye.
At his Northampton HQ, Hussein is getting ready to spar with 2 Manchester salesmen, Josh and Jeremy, who specialise in trading cheap clearance stock.
I call them like carpet bag traders because they come out with this huge bag and you never know what's going to come out of it. So it could be anything from electrical equipment to soft toys or pencil cases. You just never know.
The increasing number of struggling retailers means there's an abundance of attractive clearance lines which the lads can snap up at rock-bottom prices. Hussein believes these bargain products give him the edge in the fight for customers.
Although clearance may only form 15 to 20% of our product mix, often it's what people talk about the most. Those great hot deals that we manage to get our hands on, which is what gets people really excited and really gets the customers coming back week after week, to see, oh, can I get another crazy bargain like that?
It's incredible to think that they're actually 99 pence.
And you would pay a fortune for these. Can't go wrong, can you? You're not losing anything, 99p.
It's 33 quid, how can I do it?
Hello. Hey, come in.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
How you doing, Mr. Lalani?
Shall we have a look at what you got?
Yeah. Okay. We call this a conflict case. It's actually a clearance item which we bought from another retailer. They are currently online at £10 plus, and we really need 55p for them.
When you're negotiating, you never really want the other side to know what you're thinking. If you see a product and you think it's great, you don't necessarily want them to know how great you think it is. So you've got to sort of have a poker face about you. This character is out of date.
Okay.
Bakugan was hot probably about 18 months ago, 2 years ago.
Okay.
However, it's still a nice little bag, for a kid to keep his PSP in it. It's nicely packed. So I tell you what, I'll do a deal. I'll take all 18k,
okay,
and I'll give you 48p.
This is 7p per bag less than the lads were hoping for.
Saying 48p is not going to work. If we could get to... Obviously it's one delivery which helps, but...
And I'm not asking you to repack it, so there's no work at all on it?
The best price we can do, Hussein, and unfortunately, that's it. 53p.
Tell you what, 52, and we'll do it.
Okay.
Done?
Done.
Cool.
Okay.
Another one bites the dust.
To win the war, Hussein tries to save as much as he can on every deal, so he has more money to invest in new shops.
Good to see you as always.
Yeah. Wicked.
And we'll see you in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Meanwhile, the battle for Burnley continues. It's now 2 months since Chris opened his store right next to Hussein's. Assistant manager Ian is doing everything he can to make sure his shop has the edge.
Do you ever drink energy drinks, Ian?
No, not me, no. No. Just a cup of coffee with 3 sugars. That's what keeps me going. A quick Mars bar a day.
You seem to have a lot of energy though, Ian.
I don't have time for indigestion, me, mate, I tell you. I'm used to getting up at 5 in the morning and my skills pay the bills. Right, is this all put to bed now, this one? Is it just these pill boxes to go out? Is that it then, yeah?
Store manager Jeff is also working long hours to be the best in Burnley.
I put anything in from 12 to 13 hours each day, but even though I don't have to do that, I actually do it because I like to do it. I want to do the job. I want my shop to be successful.
And do you think you're doing better than them?
I like to think I've got a bigger slice of the cake, but I'll never know because I don't know their figures. The hunch is, and I'm going to say I'm winning.
When a competitor opens up next to us, we will see a bit of an impact on the sales. And for the first couple of weeks, we'll see sales drop. And then after a couple of months, it does settle down and the customers come back. Sometimes I think the customers probably win out at the end of the day because they get to pick the best from both stores.
But the final judge will be the customer. Locals Annette and Norma regularly use both shops.
Would you buy them here?
No, I'd never dream of it. No, you can't try them on here, can you?
Can't get into that one, but them look all right, don't they?
What do you think of the prices?
Well, they're great, aren't they? Everything under £1. You can't complain about that, can you? In this day and age, except you haven't got what I want.
Time to visit Poundworld, the newest bargain shop on the Burnley block.
Get a lot lighter. Oh, it is, yes it is.
Yeah.
There's more of an ambience, isn't there, as well?
Better ambience.
Yes, do you not think? It makes you feel more welcoming.
Yeah.
Norma is looking for lipstick.
Lipstick? Do you sell it?
Yes, we do, madam, yes. Plenty of them on here. I don't know what colours you like, ladies, but obviously I'm the wrong person to be asking.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I suppose in today's society anything goes really nowadays, doesn't it?
Is that this?
Which one? What's the name of that one, sweetheart? That one's classic. Yeah, it's the same as this one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You okay there with all, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Right, ladies, if you need me, love, I'll be out and about on the shop floor anyway.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Battle for Burnley's bargain hunters is particularly intense because the two rival shops are right next door to each other. So which chain has won the ladies' hearts?
The Poundworld, that one's better, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I like the Poundworld better.
Yeah, but it's a better feeling as soon as you walk in. It feels pleasant and welcoming, and they're nice.
So who do you think will do best in Burnley?
Oh, that one.
Which one?
The 99. Simply because it says 99 and not £1. That's what a lot of people see first, isn't it?
I think Poundworld will do better.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a split decision, but one undisputed fact is that American chain Poundland is still the biggest. After opening 41 new shops so far this year, they now have 415 stores. But who is in second place?
I don't like to gloat and I don't like to be arrogant, but yeah, so I guess we sort of pip them to the post.
After opening 24 stores, Hussein's family firm has retained their title as the second largest chain with 178 shops.
We may have won this battle, but the war is yet to be won.
Chris is still in third place with 175 pound stores, but in less than a year, his expansion has been huge.
We've opened more stores than them by the sound of it.
Chris has opened 43 new pound shops this year, more than either of his rivals.
We'll just keep opening the stores while the opportunities are there, whether that leads us to 300, 400 or even 500, 600.
For the two family firms, the pound shop war is far from over.
I think there'll be many more years of friendly rivalry as we try to outcompete each other and outdo each other with a number of stores.
Neither business will stop until they rule the high street.
They keep an eye on us, we keep an eye on them. And it's a very, very competitive world. It's just survival of the fittest.
When every high street in the country has a 99p store, I guess that's when we can stop.